Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hope you guys are doing well. So I've seen a few articles surface online in the last 24 hours or so relating to the return of WBA welterweight champion Manny Pacquiao, and a few fight dates have been mooted. Basically the time period they are looking to get Manny Pacquiao back in the ring is March to April. A couple of dates have been spoken about, for example March 14th and April 11th. So spring 2020, it looks like we will see the return of Manny Pacquiao, obviously following on from that excellent July win over Keith Thurman, where Manny Pacquiao really rolled back the years and delivered a great performance. And I think a lot of people based on that performance will be excited to see Manny Pacquiao back in the ring, myself included. You know, for me, Manny Pacquiao is a legend of the game, one of the greatest to ever do it, an all-time great, and he's coming towards the end of his career, so I'm just going to enjoy what Manny Pacquiao fights we have left, because he'll certainly be missed when he's gone. You know, whether that's 1, 2 or 3 fights he's got left, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy them and appreciate the last few fights in Manny's career. And so it looks like we will see the return of Manny Pacquiao in March, April, and a few names have been thrown around. I will go through some names. I will go through what I feel are realistic possibilities and unrealistic possibilities. We will start with the unrealistic. Errol Spence Jr., obviously he's a PBC fighter, as is Pacquiao, but as we know, Errol Spence Jr. has a lot going on right now outside the ring. He obviously had that car accident, and he will have to deal with the legal ramifications of that. And, you know, we don't even know where Errol Spence Jr. is in regards to his rehabilitation and his health. So Errol Spence Jr. is out of the question, as is Terence Crawford. As we know, the relationship between the PBC and Top Rank is not the best, and I cannot see them collaborating to get Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford in the ring together. I think if that fight was going to happen, it would have happened already when both guys were with Top Rank. I cannot see Manny Pacquiao fighting Terence Crawford. And lastly, Sean Porter. I think this is more possible, obviously, than the other 2 names I've previously mentioned, because Porter is also with the PBC, and he's in good health, and he's not got a fight booked, but he's coming off a loss. Would they make Manny Pacquiao versus Sean Porter? For whatever reason, I can't see it, to be honest with you. I just don't think Sean Porter's the type of fighter Manny Pacquiao's looking at right now. So unfortunately, I would rule Sean Porter out. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I think Manny Pacquiao versus Sean Porter would be a great fight, and a fight that really intrigues me, so I would be very pleasantly surprised if Sean Porter got the fight, but I cannot see it. On to the more realistic options. There's a couple of names that really spring to mind, and they are Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia. We will start with Mikey Garcia. I've got to say, from a business perspective, it makes sense. You know, these guys have been rumoured to fight each other for a few years now, even when both guys were with Top Rank. It's always been a fight that's been talked about, and the 2 fan bases of both fighters will come out to support their guys. So from a business perspective, Manny Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia makes sense, to be honest. But it's not really a fight I'm desperate to see. I felt Mikey Garcia rushed himself into welterweight. He kind of talked himself into that Errol Spence Jr. fight, and he lost every single round and got beat up. I don't think that type of performance warrants a fight with Manny Pacquiao when he's done nothing since then. He's not even rebounded with a comeback win. And you may say, well, Sean Porter hasn't had a comeback win either. Well, his defeat to Errol Spence Jr. was a lot different to Mikey Garcia's. Sean Porter was extremely competitive. Mikey Garcia wasn't. So I'm not really keen on seeing Mikey get another big fight and talk his way into another big payday. I'm not particularly interested in that fight, if I'm being honest. If it happens, I will still watch it, because it's Manny Pacquiao, and like I said, I'm just going to enjoy what fights he has left, regardless of who he's fighting. He's in that weird place of his career now. He's like an all-time great. He's done it all. He doesn't really owe us anything, so I'd still watch it, but yeah, not a fight I'm particularly interested in or keen on. But Danny Garcia is certainly a fight I would like to see. I've got no problem with that fight at all. You know, Danny Garcia has been a solid fighter for the past, 6-7 years at super lightweight and welterweight. He's a puncher, he comes to fight, he's entertaining, and he's coming off a good performance against Adrian Granados. You know, Danny Garcia also has a built-in fan base, the Hispanic fan base for Puerto Ricans. You know, those guys will support him if he fights Manny Pacquiao. Again, from a business perspective, I would imagine that fight would do fairly well at the live gate and at the box office. So Danny Garcia makes a lot of sense. And in regards to realistic opponents, I think Danny Garcia is the best fit and the fight I would like to see the most, because Danny Garcia, he's certainly got a shot in that fight. He would be competitive against a 41-year-old Manny Pacquiao. You know, he's the younger, fresher guy, less miles on the clock. You know, he's bigger as well. And like I say, he can punch. And he's got an underrated skill set as well. You know, good timing, good counter-puncher. Danny Garcia is a good fighter in his own right. And, you know, sometimes I feel he gets underrated. But yeah, Danny Garcia for me would be a good fight for Manny Pacquiao. And a fight that, you know, he would deserve credit for taking. Because I was saying on this channel, I didn't have a problem with Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia. That was the fight Danny Garcia was originally going to take, because he was obviously Errol Spence Jr.'s mandatory. But now Errol Spence Jr. is out of action. You know, that frees Danny Garcia up. And I personally believe he would be the best available opponent, or realistic available opponent, for Manny Pacquiao. You know, that's how I see it. That's just my opinion. You guys may disagree with me, but share your thoughts below. Who do you guys want to see Manny Pacquiao fight next, in a realistic standpoint? You know, guys who are available, guys where the fight can be made. Who would you like to see Manny Pacquiao fight next? Anyway, share your thoughts below. Tell me what you guys think. Peace.